Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the final preview for Week 12 as I go over the wide receiver position for the FanDuel main slate. Let's get right into it. So, we'll start right at the top. 95,000 Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's always going to be a great play. Here's the thing. Does the volume go somewhere else? Is it a day that both running backs get the TDs? Maybe it's the week that they decide to get Sam Laporta going. I don't know. It's something like how I was trying to go over the Kelsey and the McCaffrey kind of thing. Like, yeah, the opportunity is there, but just gotta be careful with the volume. I think this is one of those weeks that I'll be under the field, but it's still Indianapolis, so it's still a good matchup. I'll probably prefer JMO myself, because this is a defense that can get run over by both running backs and they can dominate the ball. I think Amon-Ra can play and maybe hit the floor for this, but I don't think he duplicates 11 for 161 and 2. I'm thinking he could have a game of somewhere between like what he had the 2 weeks before with the 15.1 with a ceiling of 19 and 20, where he probably 2x's that salary, which is fine, but anybody else at a cheaper value could do around that and maybe better, and then you don't need Amon-Ra St. Brown for that 95. But he's still a good play. I just don't think he's an obvious play. When it comes to paying up, my first pair of option would be Cooper Kupp. Obviously, it also helps. Normally, when Cooper Kupp plays on a night game like he did the first week, he goes off for 35. Against the Eagles, he could do this. Susceptible is the defense, is the secondary of the Philadelphia Eagles, even though it's kind of weird because, the way Kupp plays, yes, he can get deep, but Kupp likes to attack the secondary and the middle of the field, so he could get matched up against linebackers, which is an obvious mismatch. So it would be interesting to see what his ownership was, because when he was the first player, or when he was on the opening night slate against Detroit, he dropped that 28 right there, and he dropped that 28 being like 7,800, 7,900. I remember that game vividly. So I love Cooper Kupp. He'll be my favorite pay-up option out of everybody as we keep on going. Yes, Puka Nacua is also a nice option. Leverage for that night game, but possibly my favorite nighttime play will be A.J. Brown against that Los Angeles Rams secondary. Like I said, I mentioned it before with Goddard. Yes, that secondary has been improving. They've been taking less penalties. They've been defending the deep ball a little better. But this is A.J. Brown. Especially if they play him man-to-man, Jalen Hurts should be able to find him deep, along with his partner, Devontae Smith, who also will take some of the deep threat opportunities, but he plays more towards the middle or another level on top of where Dallas Goedert would play. But he is actually my favorite nighttime play, Sunday night game play for this slate. As we keep going, you might as well take advantage of it. Remember, there was a couple of years ago, even last year, you wasn't getting Tyreek Hill nowhere near the low eights. He would have to play or struggle bad for at least 3-4 weeks for him to even be like 8,900. So Tyreek Hill, because of the price point and the big play probability, is always a great play. And at home against New England, like I said, Miami's in the groove. Tua is healthy. They need to kind of run the table, maybe lose maybe once, but they kind of need to run the table from here on out to at least have a chance for the wild card. So that'll be interesting. Malik Neighbors is an interesting choice, but we'll have to see how he is with DeVito at QB. But my number one pick this week, the return of Mike Evans against the Giants defense. And yes, if there's one thing he brings relief, it's a little less hectic and stress. We know he's going to get targets. He's been practicing fully. There's no limits on him. And against the Giants secondary, he should be able to get some targets deep. Maybe even get a few screen passes here and there. Definitely a lot of value without his partner in crime, Godwin. So Baker Mayfield will definitely be happy to see him. I expect Mike Evans to have a floor of 6 to 7 targets. He should have a ceiling somewhere in the low teens of double digits, somewhere between 11 and 13 max, possibly. I think he's going to get a lot of targets. They're going to be happy to get him the ball. They're going to try to get it to him long, medium, and of course, Mike Evans is a great goal line threat because of his height. So I love Mike Evans this week. He's my favorite wide receiver play for the week. against Arizona. DK Metcalf does have a history against Arizona. He's another side of play under 8,000. He has 7,900. So you have to like that. Terry McLaurin against Dallas. I would definitely love taking a risk on him. Definitely slate making opportunity. Can't beat the Dallas Cowboys deep or however he wants anyway. At 78, that's a good play. Definitely watch out for Devontae Smith hamstring, but he is trending. I think from the last reports, I think it's going to be one of those things where they're letting that hamstring rest and then seeing what he could do. If not, you have to love A.J. Brown even more. And if Devontae's out, you might want to even take a look at Goddard. Other top plays, like I said, those Arizona-Seattle games does have a history of like shooting out a bit. So Jackson Smith-Njigba is a solid play. Hey man, can't forget about, and he's at an amazing price too. Low 773. Jaden Reed has Jordan Love healthy and has a very suspect defense, who most likely would outbe Nick Bosa. So Jordan Love doesn't have to worry about too much pressure. Jaden Reed could be a sleeper. Pay attention to his value. And as I said, on the opposite end, you got to love Marvin Harrison Jr. on the opposite end of the Seattle game, 7,200. When it comes to other top plays, I like these guys right here at 68, 67. Even though, yes, I do love Courtland Sutton, but you can have those days where he just doesn't get the ball, and then it's all about Vele and Troutman or whatever. So I'll mention them, but I won't recommend them as a top play. But two of my favorite $6,000 wide receivers who are normally $6,000 throughout the year: Jameson Williams, Jawan Jennings, both in great spots at 68, 67. Definitely will be making sure I'll be getting to a lot of them. Jennings has not let me down all year. Xavier Worthy does have the home run opportunity. He can make his price off one deep bomb or some type of reverse gadget play. If he catches the edge with his speed and some decent blocking, he's definitely bound for like a one carry 58-yard on the end around reverse, or one catch for 48, 68-yard touchdown pass, and then whatever else he gets is gravy on top of that. Partner crime DeAndre Hopkins, same thing goes for him at 65. Calvin Ridley, just the consistency and the volume. Literally, it's gone hand in hand ever since DeAndre has left. I mean, he was getting targets before, with a dip down of 3 and 3, but the whole year 7, 6, 8, 9. Oh my God! And then when the trade happens, it's 15, 8, 9, 6. I mean, it's the volume's there, and he's still under 65. So you gotta love Calvin Ridley. I also love Nick Westbrook-Akine as well. On the opposite side, he shouldn't be too far. Nick Westbrook-Akine, right there at a nice bargain price of 55. I think he's also a nice cash play because he can help you pay up for wide receivers. And obviously, you get a little bit of a downgrade for Sterling Shepard with Mike Evans back. Other than that, and yes, you could also take a chance on Tyler Lockett at 5,800 against Arizona. Like I said, yes, his role has diminished, but Tyler Lockett's still running those deep threats. Other than that, like, hey, you already know how Green Bay is. It could be a Christian Watson week, but I like Jaden Reed though this week. You already know how that goes. I think Michael Pittman should be a strong play. That's also a game that could secretly shoot out. Because if Detroit goes ahead, that's going to make Anthony Richardson chuck it, and he's going to extend the play with his legs a bit. That's a sneak. I don't think that's a sneaky game, but I think Indianapolis does have the potential to put some points on the board. Detroit, solid team, but like I said, they're always suspect for a letdown on the road. And there might be some, like I said, yes, Nick Westbrook-Akine. I can't trust any Chicago wide receivers right now. I mean, if anything, you want to go down this far, whatever, you can look at Jalen Tolbert, possibly Kendrick Bourne, Michael Wilson, also a cheap option in the Arizona-Seattle game. Really, that's really it consistently. There's nothing really down this far. I mean, hey, if he gets cleared, I guess he's an option at 4,900. I know he hasn't. It seems like he hasn't played in too much. Well, he really hasn't played in too much. But Adam Thielen is working his way back. The Friday practice will let us know more. He's been limited ever since he's been cleared to return. So we'll see if he makes it. And that's about it going down this far. So you might have options of a 4,900 if that's the case, if that's what you want. Like I said, if he's in the game, more than likely Carolina will be throwing this ball pretty much all second half. So that is the end of the wide receiver preview. I hope you all, wish you all the best of luck with your research. I myself, what's my forecast this week? I'll be looking forward to playing the 20 max on FanDuel. Good luck. Please like and subscribe. As always, leave your comments. Who's your favorite wide receiver plays this week? Like I said, me, I love both. I mean, number one is AJ Brown, but I definitely love Mike Evans. I mean, those are my top two. I'll make sure I get to them. It'll be pricey, but I'm gonna make it work. But other than that, this is Grady Fantasy. Good luck this weekend in Week 12. Signing off.